Hey guys, welcome to day 11 of YOUVEMBER. In today's video, I am basically using it as my accountability partner for actually doing my hobbies instead of putting them off. Not exactly putting them off, more just not doing them because I feel like by doing them I am not doing something productive, if that makes sense. But anyway, in today's case it was sewing. This sewing project actually took multiple days, and at the time of filming this it's not done, but I'm working on it and this is day 11, so I have time. But anyway, I actually started this skirt a long time ago, but I both forgot about it completely and ignored my hobbies for a while. That is just something I do every once in a while. And then I finally wanted to get started or get back to working on it because I really like the idea that I had and the plan, but I just didn't fully follow through, and so now this is my chance. I plan on doing, I was gonna try and explain it in like video form and chop it up. I don't think that'll go well because then I have to figure out exactly what I'm doing and try and time it correctly and everything. So I'm going to probably just film a voiceover once I have finished the project altogether. Sorry, my computer's down here to remind me of what I'm trying to say, and that way I can do a voiceover of explaining some of the process and then not over explain or do anything. Hopefully, we'll see if that actually works out. But other than that, I hope you enjoy watching the process and maybe get some inspiration, even if you're not interested in sewing, but maybe it'll inspire you to get back into a hobby that you forgot about or haven't given it a shot in a while.
I started by laying out all of the pieces I previously made. Then I worked on creating a pocket that I ended up scratching and making another one all together. I ironed each of the pieces, and while ironing I realized that I probably would need to cut a whole separate piece for each piece so that it was double lined rather than just one single line. Then I cut it more exact while at the table because it was easier. I ironed it some more and then pinned the front pieces together. I then spent a lot of time trying to figure out how the pockets would get put on the skirt, and I grabbed another dress that I made with pockets to try and figure it out. It took a long time of just messing around and guessing, but eventually I did figure it out. But then I realized I had to finish up the sides before I could put the pockets in. Finally, after cutting up some new pockets that were bigger and then sewing up the sides, I was able to put the pockets in the new, or line up the pockets with the skirt. After adding the pockets, I also made sure the sides or the back of the skirt was added, and while working on the back of the skirt I realized it was just a hair too short, so then I had to add a whole other panel, but that wasn't too bad. Then I worked on folding the waistband and slowly sewing the waistband, but as you can see soon, something went wrong.
Hey guys, it is Wednesday, November 5th. As you can tell, I've been working on the skirt. My sewing needle broke and I don't quite remember how to get it out of the bottom of the sewing machine. So I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna stop with the skirt for a little bit because one, it scared me, and two, I don't even know if I have an extra needle, so I have to go searching for it. And I think since this week has been busy and everything, I'm gonna take a break and just accept that maybe I'm sorry, but on the day this video comes out, I am not gonna have the finished product. I know it seems way too early to make that claim, but because I am visiting my parents this weekend, I will not have time to sew on the weekend, and there's not enough time after work these next few days to sew and get it done by the 11th, which is the day this comes out, because on the 11th I will still be in Virginia. I hope you understand, and I hope you're not mad at me, but I'm gonna show you what I've done. So I got to the wrong spot. What I've done so far. I'm going to have to figure out how to get that needle out, and I realize I probably shouldn't talk while being, well, one, so close, and two, moving around. But, so, anyway, I was working on creating the top waistband area and finishing that. But so this is what I have. It is double lined. I have and it has pockets. Let me see, I'm gonna put it on like a skirt or a shirt a little bit. And here are the pockets right here. And there's one on this side. Because it's not on me as a skirt, it's hard to figure out where the pockets sit. But they're kind of more to the side than I originally wanted, but they still work. So this is what it currently looks like. There's also going to be a slit. I may have to open this seam up a little bit more so that the slit is a little bit bigger once I have the hemming fully done, but it currently, I don't know how long to make it just because I haven't finished each part yet. But so I can show you where the needle broke on it. It's not in here, it's still in, okay, we're gonna have to go to a blank wall to show this, I think. So it broke, let me turn that off. It broke right at this seam, and it makes sense. It's frustrating, but it makes sense why it broke, because this is where, if we look at the back, no, that's the front, the back, this is where there's a seam for one, so it's thick for that reason. It also is where the pockets sit, so like that's a pocket. So it's a very thick part of the fabric, so that's why it broke. And I tried to push it too hard. Also, I want to say that needle is probably old to begin with, so it's probably about time to replace it, but it's still frustrating because I was hoping to get through this project before anything went wrong. I'm just glad the needle didn't come flying at my face, but I did still manage to poke myself with the pins, which I do every time I sew because I don't know how not to. But anyway, I hope even though I didn't finish it like I had planned. You don't mind. But yeah, that's the end of this sewing project for today of YOUVEMBER. I do, surprise, I do have another day of YOUVEMBER that is supposed to be sewing, so hopefully things go better for that one. Yeah, I am going to, or hopefully I'll be able to finish it for that one, and I may start, not making promises, I may start another project in that video, depending on when it comes out and everything. But anyway, I'm going to go. I know I tried to create an outro in that is similar to the intro time, so I'm going to go. Bye. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm hoping I actually finished the skirt in this video, and if I did, I will show a clip of me hopefully wearing it and a clip of the skirt in general. If not, you will see the rest of it in a different video, but hopefully this is the finished product. If not, I apologize. You will definitely see it in a different video though, if it's not finished, because it better be done by the end of November. And then, I hope you enjoyed this style of video. I know it was kind of different than what I've usually done, and I do want to make a disclaimer. This was definitely not a tutorial on how to sew a skirt, because I just figured this out on my own using other YouTube videos and also just kind of trial and error. So this was not a tutorial, but hopefully you enjoyed it anyway. And then I hope to see you tomorrow for my next day of YOUVEMBER. Bye guys! Leaned back in a leather-clad seat.